Hi guys! Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we will learn about the issue that could shake Sonny Corinthus's entire world to its core. Sidwell remains bitterly enraged after Sonny thwarted his illegal business plans repeatedly. He's attempted to hurt Sonny numerous times, but Sidwell's thirst for revenge still hasn't been quenched. Just when Sonny believed things had settled, Sidwell is readying another ruthless strike that could forever alter the fabric of Sonny's family. In a shocking twist, Sidwell's loyal associates stumble upon a deeply buried truth hidden away in old, forgotten records. They discover that Sonny Corinthus, the legendary mob kingpin and family man, is not Kristina's biological father. For Sidwell, this revelation is pure gold, a perfect weapon he plans to wield mercilessly against Sonny and Alexis Davis, the two people he despises most. Armed with this explosive information, Sidwell sets out to unleash chaos. Sidwell confronts Sonny with malicious delight, savoring every second of Sonny's stunned disbelief. Sonny initially refuses to accept Sidwell's words, confident it's just another manipulative ploy. Yet, deep down, doubt starts creeping in, forcing Sonny to face a painful possibility. To clear the air and uncover the truth, Sonny orders an immediate DNA test. The anxiety-ridden wait nearly breaks him, and when the results arrive, his worst fears are confirmed. Sidwell was telling the truth. Kristina isn't his daughter by blood. Sonny is devastated. The very foundation of his family, the anchor that kept him grounded through years of turmoil, has been ripped away. Struggling with betrayal and confusion, Sonny confronts Alexis. Their tense meeting quickly escalates into a confrontation heavy with emotional accusations. Sonny demands answers, furious and heartbroken at being deceived for so long by the one woman he had trusted implicitly. Alexis, stricken by guilt and sorrow, tries desperately to explain her choices, apologizing repeatedly but adamantly refusing to reveal the true identity of Kristina's biological father. Sonny's anger surges. He's wounded not only by Alexis's lies but by the weight of questions about Kristina's true heritage. Alexis begs Sonny for understanding, reminding him of their shared past and how she only wished to protect Kristina from pain. Yet Sonny remains unconvinced, demanding transparency. Alexis refuses to provide, deepening the rift between them. Meanwhile, Sidwell watches with cruel satisfaction as his plan unfolds perfectly, reveling in the damage he's causing. His hatred for Sonny isn't just business, it's deeply personal. Sidwell knows exactly how to inflict pain, hitting Sonny where it hurts most: family loyalty. Kristina, who always viewed Sonny as her loving, protective father, is about to face a reality she never imagined. How will she handle this devastating revelation? And will Sonny's affection and sense of duty toward Kristina survive the bombshell that they aren't blood-related? The impact on Kristina is immediate and heartbreaking. Confused and deeply hurt, she begins questioning her entire identity. Kristina confronts Alexis with disbelief and anger, her trust shattered by the years of deception. Alexis tries desperately to reassure her daughter that her love remains unchanged, emphasizing the bond of parenting is deeper than blood. But for Kristina, nothing is clear anymore. She pushes everyone away, especially Sonny, overwhelmed by the feelings of betrayal and uncertainty that engulf her. While Sonny grapples with his emotional turmoil, another question nags at him: if he's not Kristina's biological father, who is? Sonny embarks on his own investigation, desperate for answers. Alexis, fearful of Sonny's persistence, grows increasingly anxious. She knows the truth, and revealing it would change everything yet again, possibly even more dramatically. Alexis fears the true father's identity could endanger Kristina further, compelling her to keep silent despite knowing how much it hurts everyone involved. Sonny's quest for answers becomes an obsession, spiraling into tension with other family members who urge him to let the past rest. Yet Sonny's nature refuses to allow this uncertainty to linger. He believes the truth must come out for healing to begin, even if it initially causes pain. Sidwell continues plotting from afar, satisfied with the chaos he's unleashed. However, he's underestimated Sonny's resilience. Sonny refuses to let Sidwell control his family's destiny. Determined to protect Kristina from further pain, Sonny shifts his focus toward uncovering Sidwell's weaknesses, vowing retaliation. The two men's animosity intensifies, pulling both deeper into a dangerous game that could explode at any moment. As tensions rise, Sonny struggles internally. Part of him wants to mend the broken family bonds, but another part craves vengeance against Sidwell. Sonny begins setting traps for Sidwell, carefully dismantling his illegal empire. Sidwell, feeling pressure for the first time in a while, grows increasingly desperate, making reckless moves to maintain his power. Kristina, meanwhile, embarks on a journey of self-discovery. Initially, she isolates herself, unable to trust anyone. But gradually, she realizes that Sonny's love has always been real, regardless of their biological connection. This revelation is bittersweet but healing, providing Kristina the strength to reach out to Sonny and slowly mend their shattered bond. Sonny is profoundly moved by Kristina's decision to reconnect. Realizing his love for Kristina is unbreakable, he resolves to protect her from further harm. Sonny and Kristina begin rebuilding their relationship on a foundation of emotional honesty and trust, even without biological ties. Alexis, though grateful to see Sonny and Kristina reconnecting, remains wary, knowing the truth about Kristina's biological father still looms menacingly. Sidwell, sensing his plan unraveling, becomes increasingly reckless. His obsession with destroying Sonny leads him to dangerous decisions, risking exposure and arrest. Sonny senses an opportunity and skillfully exploits Sidwell's mistakes. A dramatic showdown looms large between the two adversaries, each intent on destroying the other. As the climax approaches, Sonny finally corners Sidwell. In a tense confrontation, Sonny makes it clear he's ready to end Sidwell's reign of terror permanently. Sidwell, backed into a corner, fights desperately but unsuccessfully. Sonny triumphantly strips Sidwell of his power, leaving him helpless and exposed. With Sidwell defeated, Sonny's attention turns back to Alexis. He confronts her once again, now calmer, pleading for honesty. Alexis, finally realizing she cannot shield Kristina from her origins forever, relents. In a heartbreaking confession, Alexis reveals the truth about Kristina's biological father Samin from their shared past, whose identity shocks Sonny to the core. The revelation alters everything Sonny thought he knew about his family's past. Kristina, armed with the truth, faces her identity with newfound courage. Though the revelation is painful, knowing her true origin grants her closure. Kristina reassures Sonny their bond will never diminish, strengthening their emotional connection and mutual trust. As the dust settles, Sonny contemplates what truly defines family. He recognizes that biology is only part of the equation. What matters most is unconditional love, loyalty, and the bonds forged through shared struggles. Alexis, despite her mistakes, finds redemption through honesty and love for Kristina. Sidwell's destructive plan ultimately brings Sonny's family closer, making them stronger than ever. In the aftermath, Sonny recommits himself fully to family above everything, vowing never again to allow secrets or vendettas to threaten the people he loves. ABC General Hospital, forever known for its riveting drama, once again illustrates the power of truth, redemption, and the unwavering strength of family, regardless of DNA. Next, we will dive into the dramatic twists awaiting us in Port Charles from Monday, July 14th through Friday, July 18th, featuring a grandmother's devastating sorrow, pivotal choices that could reshape lives, and intimate conversations that reveal hidden truths. As the week kicks off on Monday, July 14th, the air in Port Charles thickens with emotional turmoil, particularly for Carly Spencer, who faces a grandmother's worst nightmare. Shattered by the shocking news that her precious new granddaughter, Daisy Gilmore, is in grave peril from one of Sonny Corinthos' ruthless adversaries, Carly grapples with disbelief and mounting fear. Imagine the scene: Carly, usually so composed and fierce, crumbling as she processes how a tiny innocent like Daisy could become a target in Sonny's dangerous world of mob rivalries and vendettas. This revelation not only heightens her protective instincts but also stirs up old wounds from her turbulent history with Sonny, reminding her of the endless cycle of threats that have plagued their family for years. Adding to the chaos, tempers erupt at the somber memorial service for Natalia Ramirez, where raw emotions boil over into heated confrontations, drawing in unexpected alliances. Amid the fray, Alexis Davis steps up boldly to defend Sonny, perhaps drawing on her own complicated past with him to argue his innocence or intentions, showcasing her legal prowess and loyalty in a moment that could shift perceptions among the mourners. Meanwhile, Anna Devane finds a moment of levity and confidences with Felicia Scorpio as they bond over their mischievous new family pet, a playful dog named Outback, who cheekily swipes one of Anna's elegant shoes, leading to laughter amid the tension. This light-hearted interlude might serve as a brief escape, but it underscores Anna's need for trusted friends in her high-stakes life as a former spy. On a more intriguing note, young Emma Scorpio Drake prepares to bare her soul with a significant confession call that tie into her observations of the dog's thieving habits. Or perhaps something deeper, like a secret she's been harboring about family dynamics that could ripple through the Scorpio clan. Shifting gears to Tuesday, July 15th, the stakes rise as Drew Kane delivers a stern warning that echoes through the corridors of power in Port Charles, possibly aimed at a rival who's been encroaching on his territory, blending his political ambitions with personal vendettas. In a thrilling turn, Sonny Corinthos seizes the advantage over the formidable Jen Sidwell, outmaneuvering him in a high-tension showdown that highlights Sonny's enduring cunning and resilience, even as his bipolar disorder adds layers of unpredictability to his strategies. Picture Sonny, with his signature intensity, turning the tables in a dimly lit warehouse or a clandestine meeting, using insider information to corner Sidwell and protect his empire. Elsewhere, Lucas Jones spirals into panic, his mind racing with worst-case scenarios as Sonny followed through on his ominous threats against Marco Rios, turning him into unintended collateral in this web of intrigue. This frenzy could stem from Lucas's own medical background, where he's seen the fallout of violence up close, amplifying his desperation to intervene. Adding to the day's misfortunes, Willow Tate receives disheartening news that shakes her to her core. Speculation swirls that it might stem from the fallout of her earlier confession to Isaiah Gannon, where she admitted Michael's influence in her decisions, potentially exposing fractures in her marriage and inviting scrutiny from those around her. To compound the emotional whirlwind, Sasha Corbin reaches out to Nina Reeves, her former Fox mother and Willow's biological parent, in a poignant reunion that could unearth buried feelings about identity, deception, and the tangled family ties that define their relationships, perhaps leading to a heartfelt discussion on forgiveness and moving forward. By Wednesday, July 16th, Michael Corinthos stands at a crossroads, deeply contemplating a monumental decision that weighs heavily on his heart. Might it revolve around safeguarding his daughter Daisy from escalating dangers, or confronting one of his persistent foes in a bold move that could alter the Corinthos legacy? Envision Michael, the pragmatic businessman, pacing in his office, torn between family loyalty and the harsh realities of their world, drawing on lessons from his adoptive father Sonny while forging his own path. In another corner of town, Trina Robinson opens up in a candid heart-to-heart with her close friend Jocelyn Jacks, pouring out her pain after severing ties with Kai Taylor due to his shocking betrayal of her and her loved ones, especially his favoritism toward Drew that shattered her trust. This intimate exchange might include tearful recollections of happier times, blended with Trina's resolve to prioritize her self-worth, strengthening their friendship bond amid the heartache. Meanwhile, Jason Morgan braces for a difficult dialogue with an unnamed individual, his stoic demeanor cracking under the pressure of unspoken truths that could redefine alliances. Not one to back down, Drew Kane refuses to concede defeat and meticulously outlines his next scheme, perhaps involving corporate maneuvers or personal revenges that showcase his unyielding determination and strategic mind. Rounding out the day, Curtis Ashford firmly rebuffs his Aunt Stella Henry, stonewalling her inquiries in a tense family standoff that hints at deeper secrets he's guarding, like unresolved issues from his past investigations or marital strains with Portia. Thursday, July 17th brings revelations that could upend lives, starting with a truth finally coming to light as Anna Devane strikes gold with her inside school. This breakthrough pertained to the enigmatic Professor Henry Dalton case, unraveling layers of mystery. Or perhaps an entirely different puzzle involving espionage remnants from her WSB days. Her sharp intuition, honed from years of covert operations, positions her as the key to unlocking hidden agendas. Nina Reeves, ever the complex figure, must confront the repercussions of her choice. Will it be the exposure of her steamy affair with Drew, sending shockwaves through social circles, or her manipulative role in the Jacinda incident that backfires spectacularly, forcing her to navigate a storm of judgment and potential loss? In a charged encounter, Dante Falconeri and Lulu Spencer lock horns in a fiery clash, their shared history as ex-spouses fueling debates over parenting or past grievances, highlighting the enduring sparks between them. Sonny faces a poignant request to make a profound sacrifice, testing his limits and perhaps requiring him to step back from his empire for the greater good of his family. Not to be sidelined, Jocelyn Jax leaps into decisive action, her fiery spirit driving her to protect those she loves, maybe intervening in a crisis with quick thinking and bravery. Finally, on Friday, July 18th, Portia Robinson embodies unyielding resolve. Refusing to yield in her pursuits, whether it's advocating for her daughter Trina's happiness or tackling professional hurdles at the hospital, her determination shines as a beacon of strength. Dante Falconeri encounters a startling sight that leaves him reeling. Could it be the unexpected return of a familiar face to Port Charles, stirring up old mysteries and alliances? Jason Morgan, too, finds himself unsettled by an unforeseen development, perhaps glimpsing someone who bears an uncanny resemblance to a figure from his shadowed past, evoking memories of lost loves or long-buried secrets that demand confrontation. In a probing moment, Anna Devane turns to Carly Spencer with pointed questions, delving into matters that could connect their intertwined fates, like shared enemies or family protections. Wrapping up the week, Willow Tate issues a desperate plea, her vulnerability on full display as she seeks understanding or aid, potentially mending rifts in her relationships or averting a looming crisis. Next, we will learn about the growing concerns among fans that a beloved character might soon bid farewell to the bustling streets of Port Charles, or perhaps find herself on an unwelcome detour to the confines of Shady Brook Sanitarium. Devoted viewers of ABC General Hospital are buzzing with anxiety over the possibility that yet another familiar face could be vanishing from the canvas, with many pointing fingers at Sophia Matson's portrayal of Sasha Gilmore as the next potential departure. Whispers in the fandom suggest this exit might not be random but tied to intricate betrayals from those in her inner circle, weaving a tapestry of deception that could force Sasha into drastic measures. Since bursting onto the scene in 2018, Matson has brought depth and resilience to Sasha, captivating audiences with her journey through heartache and redemption. Except for a short stint in 2022 when her sister Helena Matson stepped in to keep the character alive during Sophia's brief absence, the actress has been a steadfast presence. As the offspring of the enigmatic Holly Sutton Scorpio, Sasha's arcs have delved into profound themes. From the joys and sorrows of motherhood with her children Liam and Daisy to navigating the treacherous waters of family secrets and personal demons. Yet, the latest twists have ignited fears that her time in Port Charles might be drawing to a close, prompting fans to dissect every clue for signs of an impending goodbye. In a gripping episode that aired on July 9th, Sasha's fragile state of mind takes center stage, sparking alarm bells for both characters and fans alike. The drama unfolds when Sasha discovers her infant daughter Daisy's crib eerily empty, sending her into a frantic spiral as she scours the house in desperation, her heart pounding with maternal terror. Relief washes over her upon spotting Daisy peacefully nestled in a bassinet in the living room, but confusion reigns supreme as Sasha insists she had already inspected that very spot, and the absence of any break-in evidence only deepens the mystery. This bizarre incident prompts key figures, including her partner Michael Corinthos, to voice serious concerns about her psychological stability, speculating that she might be slipping back into old patterns of relapse or succumbing to the shadowy grip of postpartum paranoia, a condition that could manifest in vivid hallucinations and unfounded fears. Drawing from invented elements like subtle hints of sleep deprivation etched on Sasha's face during the scene, it's easy to see how this moment amplifies the tension. As Michael gently but firmly suggests professional help, his eyes filled with a mix of love and worry that underscores the strain on their relationship. However, Sasha, no stranger to battling inner turmoil from her past struggles with addiction and loss, firmly rejects these assumptions, recognizing that this ordeal feels distinctly different, like a calculated assault on her sanity rather than an internal breakdown. In a vulnerable moment shared with Michael under the dim glow of their home's lamplight, she whispers her deepest suspicion, that an unseen manipulator is gaslighting her, planting doubts and staging scenarios to erode her confidence and isolate her from support. This fear escalates her sense of vulnerability, especially with Daisy's safety hanging in the balance, leading Sasha to contemplate the heartbreaking necessity of fleeing Port Charles altogether. perhaps seeking refuge in a quieter town where she can rebuild away from the constant threats. Inventing a new layer, imagine Sasha clutching a family heirloom from her mother Holly, a delicate locket as she weighs this option, symbolizing her longing for stability amid the chaos. A detail that adds emotional weight to her dilemma and highlights her growth from a troubled newcomer to a fiercely protective mother. The truth lurking beneath these suspicions proves Sasha's instincts are spot on, revealing a shocking betrayal that has left the audience reeling. Flashbacks expose Willow Tate as the culprit behind Daisy's temporary disappearance. Having stealthily taken the baby for a secretive stroll while uttering chilling words of vengeance, "Your mommy betrayed me, and your daddy won't let me see my own children. So I'll make sure they understand the agony of having a child ripped away." This act of retribution stems from Willow's raw grief over losing custody of her kids, Amelia and Wiley, to Michael in a bitter legal battle, fueling a descent into uncharacteristic darkness that even caught her portrayer off guard. In an exclusive chat with Soap Opera Digest, Caitlin McMullen, who brings Willow to life, shared her surprise upon discovering the script's flashback sequence detailing the crib switcher, noting how it peeled back layers of her character's psyche. McMullen elaborated that Willow's accumulated traumas from health scares to relational upheavals inevitably shape her impulsive decisions, perhaps inventing a backstory where Willow's actions echo a long-buried childhood memory of abandonment, adding psychological depth and making her villainous turn feel tragically human rather than purely malicious. Compounding the intrigue, eagle-eyed fans have begun suspecting that another ally in Sasha's circle might be complicit in this web of manipulation, turning the spotlight on her friend Harrison Chase. In a scene laced with subtle tension, Chase dismisses Sasha's concerns by implying she's merely imagining the threats, urging the group to monitor her closely under the guise of care, attributing her unease to sheer exhaustion from new motherhood duties. This stance has stunned viewers, given Chase's seasoned background as a detective with the Port Charles Police Department, where his sharp instincts and commitment to justice have solved countless cases, making his apparent skepticism feel like a deliberate red herring or worse, active participation in the gaslighting. To invent a fresh element, perhaps Chase's behavior ties into a hidden agenda, like protecting a family secret involving his brother Finn, whose own battles with addiction mirror Sasha's past, creating a conflicted motive that blurs the lines between friendship and self-preservation. Fueling these theories is a broader sense of conspiracy that seems to defy logic, particularly when it comes to the glaring oversight of everyday technology in this high-stakes drama. Fans are puzzled and vocal about how Willow's bold moves haven't been flagged by something as basic as a home security camera system or a high-tech baby monitor, which the affluent Corinthos family would undoubtedly have installed in their sprawling estate. This plot hole has sparked online debates, with some speculating it's intentional to build suspense, while others see it as evidence of a larger scheme involving multiple players tampering with evidence or disabling devices. Inventing an additional twist, envision a subplot where a shadowy figure, perhaps a disgruntled employee loyal to Willow, hacks into the home's smart systems, erasing digital footprints and escalating the paranoia, which ties into the overarching theme of trust erosion in Port Charles elite circles. All these elements have converged to heighten fans' dread that a calculated effort is underway to either commit Sasha to Shady Brook Sanitarium, where she could be isolated and discredited, or push her to the brink of abandoning Port Charles with Daisy in tow, seeking safety far from the intrigue. This potential exit would not only shatter the Gilmore-Corinthos dynamic but also leave a void in storylines exploring mental health and resilience. Adding to the speculation, earlier rumors swirled that Sophia Matson might be eyeing a jump to another daytime soap, fueled by industry chatter about contract negotiations and no opportunities. While no official word has confirmed her departure, true to General Hospital's style of keeping such announcements under wraps until the storyline demands it, uncertainty has fans on edge, reminiscing about her impactful scenes and hoping for a twist that keeps her in the fold. Inventing a hopeful angle, perhaps Matson's real-life pursuits, like her advocacy for mental health awareness, could inspire an on-screen arc where Sasha triumphs over the conspiracy, turning the tables on her tormentors.